Myself Nimisha G. Patel, Assistant Professor in Electrical Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. I deliver a video lecture on Power System 2. Chapter number 3, Transmission Line Modeling and Performance. Flow of contents, medium transmission line, nominal T representation, nominal pi representation, the transmission line rigorous solutions, evaluation of ABCD constants, and interpretation of the long line. First we see the medium transmission line. The line more than 100 km long, charging current due to shunt admittance cannot be neglected. Here short transmission line length range is 0 to 100 km. Okay. Now medium transmission line range is 100 km to 250 km length. It is sufficiently accurate to lump all the line admittance at the receiving end, resulting in the equivalent diagram shown in figure. Now range of length in short transmission line, medium transmission line, and long transmission line is important to remember for a competitive examinations. For example, DGVCL, PGVCL, UGVCL, JEDCO, etc. Okay. Now in medium transmission line, charging current due to shunt admittance cannot be neglected. In short transmission line, we neglect the shunt admittance. Okay, but here medium transmission line, charging currents due to shunt admittance cannot be neglected. Now see the diagrams. Here is the sending end voltage. Okay, here is the receiving end voltage. Here is a ZL, means load impedance. Okay, line impedance Z is equal to R plus JX, and here is the admittance Y is equal to J omega C. Here is the receiving end current, sending end current. Here is the admittance current is IS minus IR. Okay, here is the medium line, and here is the relation between sending end voltage, sending end current, and receiving end voltage, receiving end current with ABCD constant. Okay, here is the A is equal to 1 plus YZ, B is equal to Z, C is equal to Y, and D is equal to 1. Next, first we see the medium transmission line is represented as two types. First is nominal T representation and nominal pi representation. First we study about the nominal T representation. If all the shunt capacitance is lumped at the middle of the line, it leads to the nominal T circuit shown as figure. Okay, shunt admittance lumped in a middle point of the transmission line here. Okay, and so here is the impedance of the line is divided in two parts, here Z by 2 and Z by 2. So here is the shape of impedance and admittance is as a T. So we say the nominal T representation. Okay, here is the load, receiving end voltage is VR, receiving end current is IR. Okay, VC across the voltage C, and here is the sending end current and sending end voltage. Now for the nominal T circuit, following circuit equation can be written. Now VC is equal to what is VC is equal to VR and IR into Z by 2 from the circuit. Okay, so we write the VC is equal to VR plus IR into Z by 2. Now IS is equal to what is? IS is equal to two parts. IS divided in two parts. In here part here and passes through capacitance and passes through Z by 2. So here is the admittance is Y and voltage is Vc. So multiplication of Vc into Y is what is current. Current and it current is passes through capacitance. Okay, so Is is equal to what is IR plus Vc into Y. Okay, so we write the Is is equal to IR plus Vc into Y. Okay, now IR, write the equation of Vc, put the value of Vc. So equation become what is IR plus IR into IR plus VR into Y plus IR into Z by 2 Y. Okay, put the equation of this. Okay, so Vc, now we find the Vs means sending end voltage. Sending end voltage. So here is the sending end voltage is equal to what is Vc plus Is into Z by 2. Okay, Is into Z by 2 and Vc. So we write the equation of Vs is equal to what is Vc plus Is into Z by 2. Now put the value of Is in equation of Vs. So here substituting for Vc and Is in the last equation. So we have the equation of Vs is equal to what is VR plus IR into Z by 2 plus Z by 2 IR in the bracket 1 plus YZ by 2 plus YVR. Okay, now common VR. VR term is same. So where is VR? Here is VR and here is also VR. Okay, here is VR. So VR is equal VR in the bracket 1 plus YZ by 2. Okay, what is YZ by 2 plus IR into Z, IR common. First we multiplication this and then we IR and VR take common. Okay, so here is the IR into Z 1 plus YZ divided by 4. Okay, 2 multiplication by 2. Okay, so sending end voltage is in term of VR and IR and here is the constant. Okay, means impedance and admittance terms. Okay, so we write the relation between Vs, Is and VR and IR is this. Vs, Is in matrix and in matrix 1 plus 1 half Zy Z into 1 multiplication of 1 plus 1 by 4 YZ and Y 1 plus 1 half YZ. So this Vs equation is these terms multiplication by VR and this term multiplication by this term. Okay, and Is this term Y is multiplication by VR and 1 plus 1 half YZ is multiplication in IR. Now nominal pi representation. In this method the total capacitance is divided into two equal parts which are lumped at sending end and receiving end, resulting in the pi representation as shown in this figure. Now here what is impedance, line capacitance is divided into two parts. Okay, and equal part. So here is the Y by 2 and here is the Y by 2 and here is the Z. Okay, so now in equation we write the equation of Is equal to what is IR plus 1 half VR y by 2 plus 1 half VS y by 2. Okay, drop IS is equal to what is, here is drop. Okay, current passes through this part, current passes through this part, and current passes to this part. Okay, so addition of this part, and this part is equal to what is, IS is equal to IR plus 1 half VRY by 2 plus, VRY plus 1 half VSY. Okay, now equation of VS, what is equation of VS? VS is equal to, here is the voltage drop is same VS. Okay, so we write the VR plus IR into y by 2. Okay, VR y by 2. Okay, and here is the I into Z. Okay, so what is, we write the equation of VS is equal to VR plus, here drop, here is voltage drop of this part and voltage drop of this part. So VS is equal to VR plus, here is the voltage VR y by 2. Okay, VR y by 2, and here is the IR into Z. So we write the equation here, VR plus IR plus 1 half VRY into Z. Okay, so here is the Z is common, so we write the VS is equal to VR plus IR plus 1 half VRY in the bracket close into Z. So here is, we write the VR term same, and VR take a common, so VR is equal to 1 plus 1 half YZ plus IR into Z. Okay, now equation of IS. Okay, IS is equal to what is, VR plus 1 half VRY plus 1 half Y, what is, we write the VS into Y. Now put the value of VS. Here is the value of VS. So VR in the bracket 1 plus 1 half YZ plus IR into Z. Okay, so equation VR terms write both write in this manner and IR in this manners. So here we take the VR common. Okay, VR common, so we write the in term VR, here is the 1 half Y VR. Okay, so VR Y common, so 1 plus 1 by 4 YZ. Okay, this term is in multiplication of VR into Y. Okay, so VR into Y is common, and 1 plus 1, here is 1 half and 1 half, that means 1 plus 1 by 4 YZ plus IR term, IR common, so 1 plus, here is a multiplication 1 by Y plus IR into Z. So here is IR common and 1 half Y into Z is remaining. So equation become IS in terms of VR and IR. Okay, so we write the VS and IS constant A, B, C, D and VR and IR. Okay, it should be noted that nominal T and nominal pi with the above constants are not equivalent to each other. It should be noted that nominal T and pi with the constants are not equivalent to each other. This constant and nominal t representation constant is not equivalent. Okay. Now the example. Using the nominal pi method and find the sending end voltage and voltage regulation of 250 km. 3-phase 50 Hz transmission line delivering 25 MVA at 0.8 lagging power factor to a balanced load at 132 kV. The line conductor are spaced equilaterally 3 meter apart. The conductor resistance is 0.11 ohm per kilometer and its effective diameter is 1.6 centimeter. Neglect leakage. Okay. Now what we have in example, given the length of line 250 kilometer. Okay, and line delivering power is 25 MVA at 0.8 lagging power factor to a balanced load at 132 kV. That means that receiving end power is given 25 MVA at 0.8 lagging power factor and voltage is 132 kilovolt. The line conductor spaces is 3 meter. Okay, so we find the Vs. Now we have not L and value of L and C. So first we write the equation of inductance. Inductance is equal to 0.461 log D by R dash. Here is D is what is spacing between two conductor. Okay, and R dash equation is 0.7788 into R. So here we write we have a D is equal to what is 3 meter. Now we write put the value of D is equal to in centimeter. So we convert the 3 meter into centimeter is equal to 300. And now we have a diameter 1.6 centimeter. So radius is equal to 1.6 divided by 2. So we have a R as equal to 0.8 and R dash is equal to what is 0.7788 into R. So we put the value and find the inductance is equal to 1.24 millihenry per kilometer. Okay. Now we find the C. Equation of C is equal to what is 0.0242 divided by log D by R. So 0.0242, put the value of D and R. So we have a value of C is equal to 0.0094 microfarad per kilometer. Okay, and resistance of line is what is 0.11 per kilometer. Okay, so for a 250 kilometer length, we find the resistance of whole line is 0.11 into 250 is equal to 27.5 ohm. Now reactance is equal to X is equal to 2 pi FL. Okay, so value, put the value 2 into pi into 50 frequency into L is equal to what is 1.24 millihenry. So put the value 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 250 because of we find the reactance for a whole length. So multiplication 250 length. So we find the reactance, value of reactance is 97.4 ohm. Now we find the Z means impedance. Z is equal to what is R plus JX. We have a value of R and X. Okay, so put this value and find the impedance is equal to 101.2 and with angle 74.2 degree ohm. Okay, here is the value of Z in complex form and here is the in polar form. So now we find the y. Y is equal to what is j omega CL. Put the value of j means we take the j means 90 degree. Okay. So we write the angle is 90 degree. Now put the value omega is equal to what is 2 pi f and its value is 314 and a capacitance value multiplication of both and per we have a per length per kilometer value but we find the whole length means for a 250 kilometers, so multiplication by 250, so we have a admittance is equal to 7.38 into 10 raised to minus 4 and with angle 90 degree move. Okay, now we find the receiving end current IR. Here is the we have a power receiving end power 25 MVA. We convert MVA into kV. So 25 into 1000 divided by root 3 into voltage. Okay, VR. So put the value. Here is the value of find the IR. Okay, so we have a PR. PR is equal to VR root 3 VR IR cos phi. Okay, so here is the cos phi means value of angle is minus 36.9. Okay, so we have not multiplied by 0.8 in with a root 3 into 132. Okay, so IR is equal to 25 into 1000 divided by root 3 into 132 kilovolt. So value of receiving end current is equal to 109.3 with angle minus 36.9 degree ampere. Okay, now we find the VR. Okay, we have an equation of Vs in terms of VR and IR. So first we find the IR and now we find the VR. VR is equal to what is? We have a value of 132 kilovolt. So here is a three phase line. So we write the 132 divided by root 3 and with angle 0. Okay, why we take here 0 in phasor diagram? We have a VR as a we take a VR as a reference vector. So here we put the value of angle is 0. So here is the value of VR is equal to what is 76.2 with angle 0 degree kilovolt. Now put the equation Vs is equal to 1 plus 1 half Yz into VR plus Z into IR. Okay, we find already in representation, nominal pi representation. So write the value of in this equation, write the value of Y, Z, VR, Z into IR. So we have a value of Vs is equal to 82.26 plus J 7.48. Okay, in a complex form. Okay, in a complex form. So here is the value of in polar form is 82.5 with angle 5.2 degree. VR. Okay, sorry, Vs. Now here is the value of per phase. So we find the Vs line is equal to 82.56 into 82.5 into root 3 is equal to 143 kilovolt. Here we write this value also 82.5. Here the mistake 82.6. So here we write the 82.5 into root 3 is equal to 143 kilovolt. Okay, now find the 1 plus 1 half Yz because we find the voltage regulation. Okay, voltage regulation, the VR is equal to 143 divided by 1 plus 1 half Yz. We are at no load. Okay, so we have a equation. This equation is what is Vs divided by 1 plus 1 half Yz. Okay. So put the equation and find the value of Vr. Okay. So here is the put the equation and write the value of Vr is equal to 148.3 kilovolt. Now voltage regulation is what is definition. We are receiving an voltage at no load to full load divided by full load. Okay, so here is the value of no load is 148.3 kilovolt and full load is 132 kilovolt divided by 132 kilovolt full load into 100, that means percentage. Okay, so we have a voltage regulation in percentage is 12.3% in nominal pi representation for a given data. Okay. Now study the long transmission line, and this study as known as a rigorous solution. Okay, so for this line over 250 kilometer, lines over 250 kilometer is known as a long transmission line. The fact that the parameters of the line are not lumped but distributed uniformly throughout its length must be considered. Now here is we see the schematic diagram of a long line. Here is the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage, receiving end current and sending end current. Here is the Ix plus Dix. Here is the Vx plus Dvx. Now what is the X? X is a length of a line. X is what is length of line. Okay, so we have a write the Ix plus D into Ix. Okay, current in this part and voltage across Vx plus Dvx. Here is the Ydx. Voltage across this is Vx. Current is Ix. Okay. Now the total length is L. Here is the length is X. Okay, given a one part. Okay, take a one part and length is X, and here is a small part of length is Dx. Okay, so now in figure, so one phase and the neutral written for a zero impedance of a transmission line. Let Tx be the elemental section of the line at a distance x from the receiving end, having a series impedance Zdx and a shunt admittance Ydx. We see in this value in figure. Okay, the rise in voltage to neutral over the elemental section in the direction of increasing x is dVx. Okay, we can write the following differential relation across the elemental section. dVx is equal to Ix into Zdx. Okay, means Ix current and Zdx is what is impedance. So we write the dVx is equal to what is Ix into Zdx. Okay, and what is dVx? dVx is the voltage to neutral over the elemental section in the direction of increasing x. Okay, the rise in voltage. So here we write the dVx is equal to Ix into Z dx. So we from this we write the dVx divided by dx is equal to Z into Ix. Same as dix is equal to what is Vx into Y dx. Okay, or we write the dix divided by dx is equal to y into vx. Okay, it may be noted that the kind of connection, that means t or pi, assumed for the elemental section does not affect these first order differential relations. Okay, now we take the t form or a pi form, but here is a no effect this first order differential equation. Okay, so we take a distributed section. Okay, so now the derivative these terms in related to x. Okay, so we write the d square vx by dx square is equal to dix dx into z. Substituting value of dix into dx, this y into vx. So we have a write the equation of d square vx dx square is equal to what is y vx into z. Okay, so rewrite this equation, d square v divided by dx square is equal to yz into vx. This is a linear differential equation whose general solution can be written as vx is equal to c1 e raised to gamma x plus c2 e raised to minus gamma x. We studied in maths already. This is a linear differential equation and its solution is this. Okay, and where gamma is equal to what is square root of y into x, and c1 and c2 are the arbitrary constant to be evaluated. Okay, differential equation. Here we differentiate this equation respect to x. Okay, so we write the equation dvx by dx is equal to c1 gamma e raised to gamma x. The derivation of this is equal to e raised to gamma x, and gamma x derivation of gamma x is equal to gamma. So we write the c1 gamma e raised to gamma x, same as here minus c2 gamma into e raised to minus gamma x. Okay, now this value is equal to what is z ix. dvx by dx is equal to what is z ix. Okay, so ix is equal to what is c1 and divided by z. Okay, c1 divided by zc e raised to gamma x. Okay, and minus c2 by z c e raised to minus gamma x. Here is the what is gamma is equal to root y by x. Okay, and here is the z is in term of gamma divided by z. Okay, so we write the c1 divided by zc. Okay, and zc is equal to what is z by y raised to 1/2. Okay, now the constant c1 and c2 may be evaluated by using the AND condition. That means the when AND condition means length is 0. So when x is equal to 0, so vx is equal to vr and ix is equal to ir. Substituting this value in equation of vr and ir, we have a vr is equal to equation c1 plus c2 and ir is equal to 1 by zc in the bracket c1 minus c2, because x is equal to 0 and vx is equal to vr and ix is equal to ir. Now which upon solving yield, and again in this equation again we solve, we write the value of c1 is equal to 1/2 vr plus zc ir and c2 is equal to 1/2 vr minus zc into ir. With c1 and c2 as determined, equation 5.17 and 19 yield the solution of vx and ix, as vx is equal to value of c1, put the value of c1 and c2, same as equation of ix, put the value of c1 and c2. Okay, here zc is called the characteristics impedance and its value is what is root y by ZC is equal to square root of Z divided by Y. Okay. Z divided by Y is called the characteristic impedance. Okay. And gamma is called the propagation constants. Okay. We remember these terms and these terms is asked by objectives in exam. Okay, so we remember it. Knowing VR and IR and the parameters of the line using equation these, complex number RMS value of Vx and Ix at any distance x along the line can be easily find out. Okay, when we take an example, that times we know from this equation, from these two equation, we find the all parameters of the line. A more convenient form of expression for voltage and current is obtained by introducing hyperbolic function. Rearranging equation of 5.21, we get the Vx is equal to VR in the bracket e raised to gamma x plus e raised to minus gamma x divided by 2 plus IR into ZC e raised to gamma x minus e raised to minus gamma x divided by 2, and Ix is in form of this equation. Okay. Now this can be rewritten after introducing hyperbolic function. That means Vx is equal to VR e raised to hyperbolic terms. Okay, so we write the value of VR cos hyperbolic gamma x. Okay, this is the cos hyperbolic gamma x value, and here is the also sin hyperbolic gamma x. Okay, so write the value of Vx and Ix. Here is the instead of e raised to gamma x plus e raised to minus gamma x divided by 2 is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma x, and here is the form instead of this term we write the sin hyperbolic gamma x. Okay, same here. Okay, so we write the equation of Vx is equal to VR cos h gamma x plus IR ZC sin hyperbolic gamma x, same as Ix is equal to IR cos hyperbolic gamma x plus VR divided by ZC sin hyperbolic gamma x. Okay, so when x is equal to L, Vx is equal to Vs and Ix is equal to Is. So we write the Vs Is and relation between Vs Is and VR into IR in hyperbolic terms. Okay, so A and D is equal to what is? A and D is equal to cos hyperbolic gamma L, B is equal to ZC sin gamma L, and C is equal to 1 by ZC sin hyperbolic gamma L. Okay, so in case of Vs and Is is known, VR and IR can be easily found by inverting this equation and find the VR by IR is equal to D minus B minus C A Vs Is. Okay. Now evaluation of ABCD constant. The ABCD constants of a long line can be evaluated from the results given in equation 5.24. This equation A, B, C and D. Okay, so it must be noted that gamma is equal to root yz is general a complex number and can be expressed as gamma is equal to what is alpha plus j beta. What is gamma? Is a complex number and its value is root yz, but in complex form we write the gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. The hyperbolic function of complex number involved in evaluating ABCD constant can be computed by any one of the three methods. Okay, in three methods, first method is cos hyperbolic alpha L plus j beta L is equal to means cos A plus B equation, means here is the equation of hyperbolic. Okay, so we write the cos hyperbolic alpha L cos beta L plus j sin hyperbolic alpha L sin beta L. We remember these equations. Okay, sin hyperbolic alpha L plus j beta L is equal to sin hyperbolic alpha L cos beta L plus j cos hyperbolic alpha L plus beta L. So here we remember this equation in form of hyperbolic. Okay, and find the value of alpha and beta and gamma. Note that the sine hyperbolic, cos hyperbolic, sine and cos of real number in this equation can be locked up in a standard tables. Okay, now method number 2, cos hyperbolic gamma L is equal to 1 plus gamma square L square 2. Okay, in this term, okay, is equal to what is 1 plus yz by 2. Okay, and here is the sine hyperbolic is equal to this and is equal to what is root yz in the bracket 1 plus yz by 6. This series converges rapidly for the value of gamma L usually encountered for a power lines and can be conveniently approximated as above. The corresponding express for ABCD constants are A is equal to D always is equal to 1 plus yz by 2, P is equal to Z in the bracket 1 plus yz by 6 and C is equal to Y in the bracket 1 plus yz by 6. Okay, the above approximation is computationally convenient and quite accurate for the line up to 400 or 500 kilometer. Okay, now method number 3, cos hyperbolic alpha L plus j beta L is equal to this e raised to alpha L e raised to j beta L plus e raised to minus alpha L e raised to minus j beta L divided by 2. Okay, in form of, here is a in a polar form 1/2 e raised to alpha. Okay, and the with the angle is beta L plus e raised to alpha L with the angle minus beta L, same as here. Okay, and already said in equation number 5.26. 5.26, gamma is the complex number and gamma is equal to what is alpha plus j beta. The real part alpha is called the attenuation constant and the imaginary part beta called the phase constants. We remember alpha is equal gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. Okay, now Vx of equation 5.21 we write, okay, can be rewritten as value of, put the value of gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta and rewrite the equation in this term. Okay, so phi 1 is equal to what is angle of VR plus IR into ZC and phi 2 with angle VR minus IR into ZC. Okay, in the instantaneous voltage Vx of t can be written from the equation 530. We written the Vx of t is equal to real value of root t in the bracket root t and magnitude of VR plus ZC IR by 2 e raised to alpha L e raised to j omega L plus beta x plus phi 1. Okay, plus root 2 VR minus ZC IR by 2 into e raised to alpha x and e raised to j omega L plus beta x plus phi 2. This instantaneous voltage consists of two terms, each of which is a function of two variables, time and distance. Thus they represent two traveling wave. That means Vx is equal to Vx plus Vx2. Now Vx1 is equal to root 2 VR plus ZCIR by 2 into e raised to alpha. This equation from equation number 5.31 we write the value of this is the Vx1 and here is the Vx2. Okay, this term is the Vx2. Okay, at any instant of time t, Vx1 is sinusoidal distributed along the distance from the receiving end with amplitude increasing exponentially. Here is the increasing exponentially means curve is envelope e raised to alpha x. Okay, this curve is said as exponentially along the distance from the receiving end and with amplitude increasing exponentially with distance as shown in figure. In figure we see the value of in sending end is high and receiving end is low. Okay, now interpretation of the long line. After time delta t, the distribution advance in distance phase by omega delta t and by beta. Thus this wave is traveling towards the receiving end and is the incident wave. Line loss cause its amplitude to decrease exponentially in going from the sending end to the receiving end. Okay, we see in a diagram. Okay, we see in this diagram. Okay, so now Vx2 is right in this term from equation of this 5.31. Okay, after time delta t, the voltage distribution retards in distance phase by omega delta t divided by beta. This is the reflected wave. Okay, here is a after time delta t distance advance in distance phase by omega delta t divided by beta. Thus this wave traveling toward the receiving end and is called the incipient wave. Whenever here is the after delta t time, the voltage distribution retards in distance phase by omega delta t divided by beta. This is the reflected wave traveling from receiving end and this sending end receiving end to the sending end with amplitude decreasing exponentially in going from the receiving end to the sending end. Okay, we see this in this diagram. Okay, sending end to receiving end. Okay, reflected wave. Now at any point along the line, the voltage is sum of incident and reflected voltage wave present at the point. Equation of 5.32. 5.32 means here. Here is the terms of incident voltage and here is the reflected voltage. So we have the total voltage is summation of incident wave and reflected wave. Okay, the same is true of current wave. Expressions for an incident and reflected current wave can be similarly written down the preceding form. Equation 5.21. If ZC is pure resistance, current wave can be simply obtained from the voltage wave by dividing by ZC. Okay, so ZL is equal to VR by IR is equal to ZC. Okay, the line is terminated in its characteristic impedance and characteristic impedance is ZC. The reflected voltage is 0. So VR minus ZC IR is equal to 0. A line terminated in the characteristic impedance is called the infinite line. A line terminated in its characteristic impedance is called the infinite line. The incident wave under this condition cannot distinguish between a terminations and infinite continuation of the line. Okay. Now, power system engineers normally called ZC is the surge impedance. It has a value of about 400 ohm. Okay, we remember ZC is what is ZC is a surge impedance and its value is 400 ohms. Okay, for an overhead line and its phase angle normally varies from 0 to 15 degree. Okay, for a overhead transmission line. For underground cable, ZC is roughly 1/10 of the value of overhead line. Okay, ZC is the surge impedance and its value for a overhead 400 ohm, and for a underground cable its value is 1/10 of overhead line ZC, means ZC by 10. The term surge impedance is however used in a connection with surges due to lightning or switching or transmission line, where the line loss can be neglected such that ZC is equal to ZS is equal to Z omega L divided by minus J omega L divided by minus J omega C whole square. Now J omega is a neglected, so here is the Z cancel. Okay, so here is the ZC is equal to L by C raised to 1/2 for a pure resistance. Surge impedance loading SIL. SIL is a short form of surge impedance loading of a transmission line, is defined as the power delivered by a line to purely resistive load equal in value to the surge impedance of the line. So here is the SIL is equal to what is power delivered by a line to purely resistive load equal in value to the surge impedance. Okay, so we have the equation SIL is equal to √3 VR divided by √3 into 400 into VR into 1000 kilowatt. So here is the SIL is equal to 2.5 for overhead. Okay, 2.5 VR square into in form of kilowatt, where VR is the line to line receiving end voltage in kilovolt. Sometimes it is found convenient to express line loading in per unit of SIL. That means as the ratio of the power transmitted to surge impedance loading. Okay, surge impedance loading is what is? Surge impedance is ZC. Okay, so here is the at any time the voltage and current vary harmonically along the line with respect to x. The space coordinate a complete voltage or current cycle along the line corresponds to a charge of 2 pi radian in the angular argument beta x. The corresponding line length is defined as the wavelength. If beta is expressed in radian per meter, so lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. Okay, here is now for a typical power transmission line, G equal to shunt conductance per unit length is equal to 0. So R proportional to omega, gamma proportional to omega L. So gamma is equal to YZ whole square is equal to J omega C R plus J omega L. Z, put the value of Y and Z raised to 1/2. So J omega root LC multiplication by 1 minus j r divided by omega L raised to 1/2. Okay. Or gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta is equal to this equation. Okay, this term. Now alpha is equal to r by 2. Alpha is equal to r by 2 c by L raised to 1/2. Okay, here is the terms is in multiplication term. So okay, so this term is become the j omega root LC minus j omega root LCR divided by 2 omega L. Okay, so equation become alpha plus j beta is in terms of alpha plus beta. Okay, j beta. So we have the alpha is equal to r by 2 c by L whole root, beta is equal to omega LC root. Now time for a phase change of 2 pi is 1 by f s. Okay, where f is equal to omega divided by 2 pi is the frequency in cycle per second. During this time, the wave travel a distance equal to lambda. That means 1 wavelength. The velocity of propagation wave v here is the small v is equal to lambda divided by 1 by f. Okay, time. So here is the wavelength, velocity is frequency into lambda meter per second. Okay, which is the well-known result for a lossless transmission line. R is equal to 0, Z is equal to 0 and gamma is equal to what is root YZ is equal to j omega root LC. Okay, such that alpha is equal to 0. Put the value in this term alpha and beta is equal to what is omega into root LC. Now lambda is equal to 2 pi divided by beta. So here is the 2 pi divided, put the value of beta. So gamma is equal to 1 upon f root LC meter. Okay, wave length, and velocity is equal to f into lambda. Put the value of lambda, and we have a equation of velocity is equal to 1 by root LC meter per second. Okay. For a single phase transmission line, inductance L is equal to mu 0 2 pi ln d divided by r dash. Inductance value for a single transmission line and capacitance value 2 pi k0 ln d by r, and v velocity 1 divided by mu 0 2 pi ln d by r dash means equation of this equation, put the value of L and C. So equation become this type, this form. Okay, since R and R dash are quite close to each other when the log is taken, it is sufficiently accurate to assume that ln d by r is equal to ln d by r dash is equal to ln d r. Okay. So here is the v is equal to 1 by mu 0 k0 raised to 1/2 is equal to velocity of light. The actual velocity of the propagation of wave along the line would be somewhat less than the velocity of light. Wavelength of 50 Hz power transmission is approximately given. Lambda is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 50 means 6000 km. Practical transmission lines are much shorter than this, usually a few hundred km. It need to be pointed out here that the wave drawn in figure 5.11 and 5.12 are the for a illustration only and do not pertain to a real power transmission line. Okay. So the question cover this session is derive the ABCD constant for medium transmission line using nominal pi, and also write the expression for voltage regulation and efficiency for the same line. Derive long transmission equivalent pi model. Obtain the equivalent circuit for a nominal representation for a long transmission line. Okay, explain how transmission lines are classified into short, medium, long, and explain their characteristics briefly. Define the voltage regulation of a transmission line. List of the method for line compensation based on value of voltage regulations. Interpretation of the long line equations, and obtain the equivalent circuit for nominal T representation for a long transmission line. Okay. Thank you.